Hi, my name is Emily Gregory, and today we're going to be talking about pea protein. I'm certified in plant-based nutrition through the T. Colin Campbell Center for Nutrition Studies. I'm also an NASM certified personal trainer and the owner of Meatless Meals LLC, where I focus on plant-based nutrition coaching as well as personal training. So like I said, today we're going to be talking about pea protein, more specifically how it stacks up to other protein powders. With veganism and plant-based eating on the rise, a lot of people are questioning whether or not they're getting enough protein and if they're getting protein from the right foods. All in all, if you're eating a wide variety, whole food, plant-based diet, you're probably getting an adequate amount of protein. But if you're worried about that, or if you're extra active, protein powders are a wonderful way to get more protein into your diet. So today we're going to be talking about what pea protein is, the benefits of it, and then we're going to spend some time comparing pea protein to some of the most popular powders out there like whey, soy, rice, hemp, and casein. And then we'll end with a few takeaways. So let's jump right in. What is pea protein? So most of us are pretty familiar with peas. Pea protein comes from dried peas that are processed into a powder form. One great thing about them is they have a very bland or neutral taste, which makes them very versatile for cooking and baking. They're also allergy friendly, so they're vegan, non-GMO, cholesterol-free, gluten-free, and they don't contain any soy. Pea protein also has a high percentage of essential amino acids, which are the building blocks for protein. Just 1 cup of dried split peas contains a whopping 45 grams of protein. Some benefits of pea protein, starting with weight loss. So peas have a high fiber content, which helps our digestion slow a bit, which keeps us fuller for longer, ultimately helping us consume less calories. It's also great for building lean muscle mass. Peas are high in protein, low in fat, and the levels of amino acids that are responsible for muscle building are high in pea protein. Moving on to bone health. So pea protein is a great source of phosphorus, which helps serve as a building block for healthy bones, and it's also high in vitamin K, C, and A. Helps fight against cancer. It's rich in antioxidants, which helps protect the cells from damage. And then it's also great for heart health. Incorporating peas into your diet can help reduce blood pressure, cholesterol levels, and inflammation as well. All right, so let's jump into comparing pea to some of the most popular powders out there, starting with whey. So pros for both. Whey protein is quick to digest and it is a complete source of protein. A complete source of protein contains all 9 of the essential amino acids. That means our body can't produce it, so we have to get it from food. So that's what a complete protein source is, and that's what whey is. Pea protein, on the other end, has a higher muscle synthesis abilities compared to whey, and it's easy to digest. So it's easy on the stomach, has that neutral taste, which we talked about before, and it's high in iron, and it is not a common food allergy. Some of the downsides, starting with whey, studies show that it can negatively impact kidney and liver function. It can alter the microbiome, and due to the IFG1 present in it, it can increase acne. It also can potentially cause stomach discomfort and has dairy, which is also an allergen and can relate to the stomach discomfort. On the other end, pea protein contains all the essential amino acids, but very low quantities of methionine and cysteine. So it's technically not a complete source of protein, but you would just eat other foods throughout the day and meet those requirements. All in all, if a protein source is incomplete, it's not a big deal because you're usually getting the other amino acids that you need from the other foods that you're eating throughout the day. All right, let's jump into soy protein. Soy protein is a complete source of protein. It's linked to decreased risk of certain cancers, and it is also linked to improved ratio of good to bad bacteria in the gut. Pea protein is not a common food allergen, which we talked about before, and it has that neutral taste. On the downside, soy protein is an allergen for a lot of people. It's actually one of the 8 most common allergies, so that's one downside. On the other end, pea protein, we already mentioned that it's a little low in a couple of the essential amino acids. Moving on to rice protein. So rice protein is not a common food allergen, and it's also highly digestible, which means it's easy on the stomach. Same with protein. quick to absorb, easy to digest, and it has that neutral taste. On the downside, rice protein is not a complete source. It's incomplete, so you'd need to combine with other food to get the full amino acid profile. And then pea protein, same thing, it's low in a few of them. Actually, if you had pea protein and rice protein together, you would get a complete source of protein. Moving on to hemp protein. Hemp is a complete source of protein. It has higher levels of arginine than pea, which is great for improving growth hormones. It's easy to digest, and it contains some of the good fats, omega-6 and omega-3. Pea protein contains more protein per gram than hemp. It has higher levels of lysine than hemp, and it's easy to digest. So both of them are easy on the stomach. On the downside, hemp has lower levels of lysine than pea. And then, on the contrary, pea has lower levels of arginine than hemp. And again, it's missing a couple of those essential amino acids. Last but not least, casein. So casein is a complete source of protein. Pea protein, like we said, it's not a common food allergen, and it is quickly absorbed by the body. Some of the drawbacks. So casein is the chief protein found in dairy, which is a common allergen. And also, casein is considered a carcinogen, which means it's cancer-causing. So that would want to be limited or avoided altogether. Pea protein, on the other hand, has lower levels of a couple of those amino acids. Not a problem when you're eating a wide variety of foods, though. All in all, you can see this chart kind of gives you a big picture view of everything we just talked about. Everything from the common allergens, if it contains dairy, carcinogen, a complete protein. We have whey with 25.5 grams of protein. Next up would be rice, 24 grams, casein, 23, pea, 22.5, soy, 16.7, and then hemp, 15. And these are averages, of course. So all in all, pea protein powder is a high protein alternative to animal-based products, as we can see from everything we just talked about. It's a great option for the majority of the population because it is allergy friendly, and it has so many benefits, like aiding in weight loss, helping build lean muscle mass, maintaining bone health, fighting disease, just so many benefits that come along with pea protein powder. If you continue to read this article, you'll see there's some recipes at the bottom. My favorite, super simple, but a vanilla protein shake. Very easy. You take some plant-based milk, scoop of pea protein, a little vanilla. You can add a little sweetener if you want. Mix that all up. Very easy to very easy way to get protein in. This is a little bit different, but one of my other favorite recipes is to actually make a dough, like a pizza dough out of pea protein. All you're going to need is some flour, pea protein, some spices, water, a little nutritional yeast. Mix that all together, create a dough. Very easy way to get a lot more protein into pizza. So all in all, we learned a lot about pea protein today. Great source of protein. Make sure to check out Awesome Coffee, which actually has both pea protein and rice protein, making it a complete source of protein.